Hello, everybody. My name is Chase, and I'm an Air Force ROTC cadet at Detachment 850, the 850th Cadet Wing at the University of Utah. So I've been in the program for 1 year, and I remember back to when I first started that there was so much that I didn't know about the program and so much that I didn't expect. And so looking back on it, there are some things that I wish I would have done beforehand going into the program that would really have given me a boost. And so in this video, I want to provide you some of the information that I would have liked to have known before I started Air Force ROTC. So I'm going to suggest to you some of the things that I think you should do. First thing to know is that the program is not easy. It will push you physically and mentally. It will be stressful and it will take up a decent amount of time. Remember in the program that they're looking for future officers of the United States Air Force, which is the greatest Air Force in the world, and so they expect a lot of you. Know that they are aware you're a student and you're busy. Your only time commitment to ROTC is 2 1-hour sessions of PT every week, 1 hour of a scheduled class where you're going to learn about the basics of the Air Force. You're going to have 2 hours of what's called Lead Lab, which is your leadership lab. It's a high-intensity training environment, and they're going to put you under a lot of stress. It's basically just like 2 hours of basic training a week. You're going to march, you're going to do open rank inspections, you're going to do FDEs, which is flight drill evaluations. You're going to do GLPs, which are group leadership projects. And so they're just going to give you these different opportunities where you're going to have to lead and you're going to have to work with others. And like I said, it's kind of just like 2 hours of basic training a week, but it's most of the time it's fun. It's not a big deal. Like for a lot of lead labs, we've gone up to like Hill Air Force Base and had base tours. We've talked to other officers. We've had like career days. We've gone down to Camp Williams and just done different things. So I mean, it's fun. It's a great experience. Now that being said, because these are your only, I guess, things where you have to attend, your PT, your class, your lead lab, they're going to have other training opportunities that are considered non-mandatory. But in reality, they're really mandatory. Because even though you don't have to go, if you're serious about the program, they expect you to be there. And it's going to help your training a lot. There's a difference between cadets who go to all the extra training opportunities and cadets who don't. You can see it in their performance. And so if you can go to the extra trainings, go. And I promise you it'll make the biggest difference in the world. Next thing is, despite popular belief, the Air Force is not going to pay your full college tuition just if you join ROTC. If you want them to pay for school, then you need to get a scholarship, and scholarships are not just handed out to everybody. Although they advertise that ROTC will pay for college, scholarships must be earned. If the cadre and the POC think you are performing well in the program, and your grades are good, your PT scores are excellent, and they see you as somebody who's going to make a great officer candidate, then they'll probably offer you one. But you have to work for it and you have to earn it. Same thing with uniforms. Don't expect to get uniforms right off the bat. You'll usually get fitted for them about your second semester. Maybe get them by the end of the semester or starting your 200 year. But this is a good thing because I think that uniforms need to be earned. These are uniforms that our airmen wear and our military wear. People serve in them and people have died in them. And so it's important to earn it. Your first 2 years, though, you can participate in the program with no service commitment whatsoever. Once you're offered a scholarship and you accept the scholarship, then you are required to swear in to the Air Force, and from then on you have a service commitment whether you finish the program or not. You also have a service commitment after completing your 2 years and successfully completing field training, which takes place at Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama. So just remember that the program is very competitive, especially if you're looking for a pilot slot. There just aren't slots for everybody, but you're constantly expected to prove yourself. My best advice would just be treat it like a 4-year-long job interview, because that's basically what it is. Now, before you start the program, the next thing you need to do, the sooner you start exercising, the better. Make it a habit now, because if you're serious about a career in the Air Force, then physical fitness needs to be a way of life. Requirements have recently become stricter, so despite all the stereotypes, it's not just the chair force anymore. You're expected to be in great physical condition, even if you're a pilot or if you have a desk job. So beforehand, before starting ROTC, practice your push-ups, practice your sit-ups, and your mile-and-a-half run. These three things are what your FA is going to be graded on, which is what cadre and POC are going to be looking at to either give you scholarships or to get accepted to go to field training. And even to commission as the officer, you need to have good FA scores. So do other exercises like squats, burpees, mountain climbers, crunches. You can do ab twists, but really try and focus on your cardiovascular endurance. So I would suggest running every day at least 3 months before you start the program, and that'll give you a big head start. If you really want a head start in the program, start memorizing warrior knowledge. They're going to expect you to know things and recall certain things by memory just during stressful situations. At any moment, they'll expect you to be able to recite that information, which is hard under pressure, even if you know the quote. So start early and get them in your brain. The biggest one is the Airman's Creed. It's long, but if you can memorize it and have that down, then that's going to help you a long ways. Know the Air Force core values, which are really easy. Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Know the core values. Live them every day, even before you start the program. Memorize the Air Force mission. The mission of the Air Force is to fly, fight, and win in airspace and cyberspace. It's really easy, but know the exact words and be able to recite them at any point. If you can, memorize rank structure of the enlisted as well as the officers. This is something that you're going to learn in the program, and again, you will be expected to know it. But know your Airman's Creed, know your Air Force core values, and know the mission of the Air Force, at least. But if you have time, then try and memorize rank structure, because that will definitely help you a lot.